Let's do it.
Today on Toy Domination, Rob demos his mad beatbox skills. Stel shows his family vacation pics from Epstein Island. And Renato, he explains what a ninvilomere is, according to Urban Dictionary. Hey, what's up? I'm Dom. Today in Toy Domination, I'm joined by this guy. Say your name.
Oh, Renato Guevara.
There you go. Great. And this guy.
Stel Savageopolis.
And there we go. And this guy.
Rob Post.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Good seeing you guys again.
You as well, Dom. Thanks for having us on, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been bouncing people around like, oh, it'll be this week. No, wait, sorry, it'll be this week. No, wait, Joefest. Oh, we'll get you after Joefest. So I'm glad we're actually able to like pin it down and finally do it. So
nice.
Oh, that's great.
And hey, Rob actually showed up too, so that's a win too.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair criticism.
So real quick, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and stuff like that. But first, I want to do an icebreaker here because I was thinking about this. Right, the lines are coming out. We got figures in hands. There's another wave still coming, and I really was just, between the slates and the savages and the barbarians and all this stuff too. There's some characters that jump out immediately, but there's no like a cartoon show where you can see it's like, hey, this is He-Man, this is Skeletor, or the true face down show off. So I thought maybe we'd look really quick here if we were to compare. Oh, can you guys see that? There it is.
Yes.
If these two were to be in a cage match right now, which one of these would win? Who would come out on top here? Who's the power bottom, and who would be the winner?
Sorry, Nash.
Yeah,
I always go last. Stel, you're up.
Yeah, I think Harbinger has this one.
really? Okay. What, based on just raw power, magic? What's he got? What's his name?
Yeah, I would say just based on raw power and stuff. I think with some careful planning and maybe a couple of teammates, it could happen, but I don't know.
Okay.
The Harbinger,
So
I don't know. You gotta definitely go in and have done your homework.
Anyone disagree?
Well, you can't really diss my boy, so I'm going to root for Nash. And
Okay.
really, my reasoning is that if you're wearing sandals to a fight, you're packing heat. You got something there. So
Oh damn. Ren started attacking the Greek culture of Nashorn right out the gate. Like, just had to make the insult personal. Damn.
He did.
And then Rob, you had final say here. Where are you going? You're going to tip the vote one way or the other here.
So knowing both backstories in depth and where they're going, it's a coin flip. It really is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can totally see where you would think the Harbinger would completely overpower Nashorn. I think it's interesting that a lot of people think that that Nashorn's a bad guy. I get why, but it's not explicitly stated. It's only inferred, and the inference might tell you more about yourself than.
Wow, projecting our inner evil. Isn't he kind of the guy who went a little too hubris with his research? Didn't he go a little too far in his backstory? He kind of did it to himself. Oh, we can't say. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah.
Hubris is the greatest enemy of all villains. I feel, like it's. But see, I'm gonna still make the argument because this is yoked out Harbinger. It's not just this is like transformed. So I'm
this
still
is final stage. This is final stage. All right. So one more here. So this is a little more I would almost say this is a little more low level. Maybe I should start with these guys first here, right? This is a more clear protagonist and antagonist here. So who's winning this toe to toe?
Nin.
Nin. I gotta say that Nin pose is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
This one's hard. I want to go last on this one. You guys go.
Okay. Fair enough. You can check it out. It's all right.
Ren?
Nin. There's no question about it. Man, his eyes are not even in flames right now. So, yeah. Nin takes it.
His eyes aren't inflamed. All right, now just to be clear, is this Who-Man at that age, or are we talking like Who-Man in current time?
So I'm going to take with whatever that character is right there that we see. If he hasn't leveled up yet, that's fine, right? If he's still got to get to that phase, that's all right.
All right.
Take the Nin pose.
You know, Nin's really smart. He's got a lot of experience. Who-Man's a young guy. In that moment, I'd probably give it to Nin. To be honest, but yeah,
it's breaking your heart. It's like choosing between two children. It feels like who do you love, your oldest son or your youngest? Decide now.
Who-Man holds a very special spot for Rob, so
yeah.
So I'm surprised that he went with Nin. I'm like, okay.
Well, man, leading people to like, there's a story with Who-Man. We don't even know his name, right? So that's the yeah.
All right. So wait, so we get a consensus there? Do we all say it was Nin?
I'm probably gonna go with Nin too. Just
it's that pose.
I mean, Nin did some horrendous things to get to. I mean, some horrendous things, and some things didn't work his way either. So, he's definitely not a man that second guesses.
And not giving anything away. So I read the first comic, right? So you get a little bit of the background there, but not giving anything away from any other sources, but from the card alone, Nin's card alone, he also has magic too, right? So he's highly intelligent, he has magic, he's got some fighting skills, and he's a boss. So like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like Who-Man's got to level up to that, right? That's like his antagonist for that book or that chapter or whatever. So yeah, but is it fair to pair those two off?
Yes, I think so. Very much so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's funny with Nin and Who-Man. The funny thing is that they're I guess you could say kind of the opposites of Who-Man builds himself up from where we see him to where he ends up, and you can say Nin kind of had that fall from grace where he had a very high status and fell from that and basically has to pick himself back up. So I think it's a very fair comparison. So.
All right,
nothing wrong.
I always love getting like the background of the character, like because you guys do such a good job with like just from the interior of the box, and then you've got the card if you can find it, and you can find snippets here, and then if you read the comic books, right? So there's all sorts of little hidden tidbits you can put everywhere in there. But I always like to be able to see like I want to know you guys' perspective of this because You've got the full tapestry laid out, right? Or at least as much as, there's gaps everywhere here and there, but you've got the full timeline coming out too. So it's interesting to hear your perspectives on just mashups like that. So cool.
It is. Well, I hope the lore lovers showed up for this episode. I'll say that what's interesting, I mean, Abraham, Gordon, to a certain extent, James Gee, they do a great job coming up with the bios and things like that. And the entire team can add stuff to any kind of lore thing, but it is interesting when, like with Nashorn, I'm pretty sure Kevin had an entirely different backstory in his mind when he was sculpting that guy, to where he ended up in terms of the lore. So it is quite interesting how we attach meaning to the characters in certain stages and what it ends up being at the end.
So that's really interesting. So the guy who sculpted it didn't necessarily have the story element to project forward either. Then it was like making the character and somebody else is weaving the stories.
So it doesn't always happen that way. Like sometimes we're like, we have a thematic idea.
Yeah.
And then which we would give to a sculptor, and the sculptor would bring it to life, and then the guys would add elements to that based on the original. But there's sometimes where the guys are just sculpting stuff. We're like, man, that's too awesome not to like put out there. Like, what is this guy's deal? And then we just start like brainstorming on an idea. So that happens many different ways. It's very rare for a character to be one person's on the team from beginning to end.
That's really cool. So, and what's different too is, so sorry for everyone in the comments. I'm on my phone right now waiting for my laptop, so I can't pull up your comments right now because it's all wonky. So just keep saying hi, and I'll pull you up here eventually when I unscrew myself. And then I think we should pause here before we go too down the rabbit hole to let everyone introduce themselves real quick here too, because I just realized let's start with you, buddy, who lives like 2 blocks away from you, basically.
Yes. Yep. My name's Renato Guevara. I'm a software developer turned toy collector within the past 5 years. So I still consider myself new to this whole world of collecting toys, but learning a lot. Yep.
And what do you do with the team? What do you do with Savage Team?
Yeah. So how did this start? A few years ago. So when the Kickstarter happened, I proudly was the first one to back it. I set my alarm and woke up in the middle of the night, woke up my wife, disturbed her sleep rest and all that, and back to the Kickstarter. And then, yeah, just I talked to various members of the teams. I became friends with them. They're like, just down to earth, different. Just I don't know. It's a different community, different vibe. It's very friendly. There's like a really nice camaraderie. So they've opened their arms, the doors to me, and I picked up some painting from some of the tutorials from my action figure customs that they had. That's how I kind of met Stel, Nikki, and Tim.
True. Yeah.
And then I started talking to Rob, and then I remember it was a rainy day. My wife was driving, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can curse here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're taxed, but it's all right.
Yeah. My wife was like, "What? I said, Rob just messaged me." She's like, "Who's Rob?" He's a creator.
Rob God.
Yeah, exactly. He's a creator of Savage Crucible, Harbinger Studios, the toys that I've been telling you about. And it's like, he needs
did you
my
shake
help.
her? This is the man I've been talking about.
Wow, she was I'm turning red at this moment and from embarrassment.
But yeah, so he asked me if I wanted to help out at the Maryland Toy Expo, and I said, of course. And then it just kind of started from there. Now I'm the website guy. I help out with the new Shopify platform that we have, and setting all that up, putting together the checklist too that we have going up there. Mm-hmm. So I just
you're the man on the mic. You're the man on the mic. Well, they're cracking the code. You're in the background on the laptop. You're the man on the mic. It's great.
That's right.
And then Stel, let's go with you, buddy.
Yeah, my name is Stel. It's kind of weird, but I pursued a culinary career. Was a business owner, and now I'm taking it a little bit easy and raising my 2 kids. So I'm probably going to go back into business ownership in the future, but I am enjoying my time right now. And I met Rob through my action figure customs. Again, I was very intrigued and interested with the things that were going on. And, growing up, I was a big comic book reader, same with action figures and all that, playing with all that stuff. And, I always appreciated the artwork, but I never really was in that mindset of appreciating the artist. And that was kind of coming to fruition for me. So when I was looking at the MAFC stuff, I was really interested to kind of get in the minds of the creators and, the people that were behind the scenes. So I got to meet Rob at, when he launched the idea of Savage Crucible back in Toylanta. And that's when I got to meet him the first time, got to see about the line. And then I pitched to the guys about, having a show where, we can showcase the pieces. We can show how, you can paint them, talk about, the artists and, some of their ideas when it comes to sculpting. And that just kind of grew, and it grew from there. And Rob eventually asked me to kind of handle the Savage Crucible YouTube channel and run that. And, and here we are.
What's that show called, and when does it come on, I wonder?
Yeah, well, we don't really have a set date. We try to do about 2, maybe 3 shows a month. We basically, we love to be as transparent as possible. So it's a great source of information when, if you're new to the line or if you want to just be up to date with everything that's going on. I think it's the best way to, get news on anything that's Savage Crucible. So, then as far as that, if you're part of the, I was going to say, if you're part of the Facebook group or on the Instagram or even on Twitter, yep, You can definitely, we'll post about any shows that we have coming up and all that. So, we try to be, try to get it out there before, so people are informed and can tune in and watch us. So.
And that's usually like, I think you did your Wave 2 announcement on there, right? You did any of the exclusives that were coming up too, right? Yeah. So
yes. Yeah. So anything maybe new that we might releasing, we love getting Rob on there, to tease everybody, it's, oh my God, it's pure dopamine for people, I feel, because they'll like, they'll look in the background, they're like tuning in to, he's like, wait, he said specific words. So it's great. It's great.
Well, that's what happens when you have an early campaign where you tease people with a mail away hidden puzzle. They're going to forever apply forensics to everything you do, right? Like, did he sneeze to the left this time? He sneezed to the left this time. That's code. We know what that means. Like, yeah, so you're under the microscope. You did it to yourself.
You know that now, scene from...
I will admit, we do a lot of teases that people still haven't figured out. So
nice.
Yeah, we're even doing like 2 right now. So yeah, it's yeah.
You know that scene from, I think it's Interstellar with McConaughey, where it's like he's seeing himself in the past and he's like banging on the window like no. That's like Rob when he's like mailing out the decoders to people. He's like outside that window like no.
Meanwhile, cornfield's burning in the background. So I've got to get Tristan on you guys then, because he's pretty good sleuthing that stuff out though. So I need to get my 10-year-old and stick him on you guys.
He is very observant.
The young man he corrected me today. We were opening a blind pack with the weapons. I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's the broadswords of the hooks, man. They're all the same. He's like, no, they're not. I'm like, yeah, they came with the same guy. He's like, no, Dad. And he like went downstairs, came up, and there's 2 different heights. I'm like, God, I'm just done arguing with you, man. Just like, you just tell me what's up, and you write the script, and I'll just read it. I'm like, man. So yeah, he's really, and the eyes thing too.
Then what are you gonna do?
Oh no, I'm just do my dad's philosophy and start buying a gun, wear it on my hip all the time. It's like it's the equalizer. So that's such a boomer. That's such a boomer threat. I'll take you out of this world. No, and I guess that's everybody important we talked about. Really, I mean, we talked about me and the other. No, all right, Rob.
Yeah, all right.
All right, Rob. Well, you've been on here a couple of times, but go ahead, introduce yourself to everybody too.
Rob hosts, part of the Harbinger Studios team, the least creative member of the team, I'm quite certain. So, it's fun. Actually, it's great. I tell people all the time, it's like a broken record. There's never one person coming up with all the great ideas. It's a collection of people coming up with great ideas, and so that's the fun part. And so. On our team, it's really, I think the most humbling part is that everyone's so talented. Like Ren's, the stuff he's doing with the website is awesome. Like he's also taking the pictures. I don't know if you've been to the checklist, but it looks gorgeous. And like the things that really they're moving forward with that they haven't done yet, the ideas are really awesome. So, if you ever get Matt on, Matt will never really joke about or like brag on himself on all the movies he's been in, the work he's done. And, it's just amazing, honestly. So, and Nikki and Kevin, and let's see, there's Lee and Gordon, who works probably more than I work.
Truly,
he's just sending out work at 3 a.m. And then you got Dave and Alex in Hong Kong. You got Nick Whitmore in England. Arlen's helped us in the past. We have 2 sculptors that we haven't even announced because their projects haven't been revealed yet. Rubus and Abraham, they do the graphic novel. They also do concept art. Matt does concept art. It's just amazing the amount of talent that there is. And everybody has a full-time career, full-time job. This is all part-time for us. So
I'm gonna tease you slightly here because in introducing yourself, you introduced a slew of people who aren't here, right? But that's very noble, right? Recognizing the others and so yourself too. But you do a lot for the team too, right? Like you talk about everyone who has talent, but you're the one who is shepherding and steering that talent, correct? Like you're the conductor, right?
No,
you're just a pocketbook then.
I think that I laugh because I think sometimes the only thing I do is come across as too hard on the team sometimes. Like I remember in the booth this past at Joefest, Larry Hama stopped and he was like stepped in the booth and he's like talking about how great the artwork was and the figures and all that. And I'm like, kind of not starstruck as much as I can be, and it's just like awesome. But he's inside the booth, and I always tell the guys like when someone stops like that, because when we go to these bigger cons, there's always like famous people that stop by because the graphics are definitely eye catching. So I'm like, did you guys get a picture? I told you guys to get your phones out when that happens. And Matt's like, got it, bro. Got it. It's like I'm like the biggest ass. It's like
he'll knock a table on your head, and but it's all out of love. It's all out of love. So
it's the tough love that keeps us going.
Wink if you're in distress. Just wink if you're in distress. I will come get you. All right. So that's an excellent segue, man. It's like you guys are just pros of being able to communicate and talk. Joefest, man. Let's talk about Joefest. So for those of you, I can't pull the picture here, but for those of you who haven't gone there, the Savage Crucible team, you can see their display from wherever you walk in because you have this giant UFO that's like spinning above your booth, right? And these huge like backlit coasters, like it's like you're walking into a WWE ring ready to fight, right? And then of course you got the display table stuff too. But yeah, you guys have got a definite attention grabber for wherever you're going. Like that setup is amazing. How long does it take you to set that up? You have like 100 Oompa Loompas just working overnight, like house elves and
that. 6 to 6 hours, I think, is
my god
assessment. From unloading to getting the figures on the table is a reasonable amount. Look, I think when you go to a convention, it's supposed to be a spectacle.
Yeah,
I think it's our job to show up and add to that as much as possible, right? Because you want it to be that fun experience. I'm trying to replicate that toy aisle experience, not in the sense of making a literal toy aisle, but literally, I think we can all remember as a kid that aisle literally did glow. Like when you would walk down it, like everything was like this bright, shiny thing, like sensory overload, and so that's a part of it. So. And as popular as we are, there's still a lot of people in the toy community that don't know about us. We're still very small, relatively speaking. So you have to get your name out there, bottom line. So,
well, you guys are definitely competing for visual space. Like the Marauders do a great job. Super 7 usually has like a store, basically. Like they have a whole like wall of entry area. Who else has got a big? Oh, Delta 17 goes big also, right? And again, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like you just said too, like, hey, we're not as huge. So we just, every time like Joefest, I'm always surprised to see you guys at Joefest, no offense, because it's very fantasy driven. How did your traffic go compared to like another more generic con?
We do just as well at Joefest as we do at Toylanta and ZoloCon.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's really positive from our standpoint. Honestly, there's not with PowerCon. PowerCon was a part of Toylanta or whatever, but it was definitely, there were a couple more fantasy-esque parts to it, I guess, but there isn't really like a fantasy toy convention. Maybe Legion's Con's probably the closest you can.
Yeah.
That feels more of a, one or two flagship brands and a lot of customizers selling their work, which is
it's really very niche. Yeah, it's very one horse show. Yeah. I mean, not to take away from it, I really enjoy going there, but you're right, it is kind of very specific on that one brand.
Yeah, but I do think that's probably the biggest fantasy toy show going these days. Maybe PowerCon will come back in a big way. That'd be nice if they ended up back in the Midwest someplace. That would be fantastic. But Joefest is great. The traffic's great for people who don't know, like it's not the easiest city to get to logistically if you're flying in. Like just about everyone has to take a connecting flight if you're going to fly into Augusta. It's actually very easy for me to get there, very easy for Stel to get there from driving. But beyond that, it's an interesting location, but does really well. So
what was your guys' favorite thing about Joefest? Like outside of like being locked to that booth, right? When you were able to break away the chain, and actually escape and go to the floor, what did you guys see? Like, what was your favorite thing you did at Joefest this year?
Stel.
I
got to see Dom. Oh, Stel. I know,
yes,
man.
First and foremost,
I know.
Dom and the boys was quite a highlight. But yeah, I caved in and picked up my Skilletron, and I was happy to drop that money. I even told it's funny because I told Sophia, my wife, I was like, hey, I kind of overspent what I wanted to this weekend. And she's like, oh, yeah, how much? And I said, about like $250. And she's like, oh, that's not that bad. So I was like, yes, we're safe.
It's funny. I had the same reception. I came home. I was like, yeah, so I went in with the budget, but I think we both knew that was a lie, right? She's like, yeah. So she had her own mental gauge of where I was going, and I undershot it too. She's like, okay, thank God. Like, all right.
There you go. So you just got to screw up big.
That's right.
One time, like really massively, right?
Or for 14 years. Yeah. So, that's
you just come in like to learn your lesson too. Like, listen, my spirit was willing, but the body is weak. You hit him with some philosophical thing in the beginning. It might go a little bit your way. Who knows?
Again, for everyone listening, I'm really sorry I can't pull up your comments here. So I'm hoping you're having a good time. I miss you all dearly. As soon as I can figure out how to pull this chat up. The Skeletron, I haven't pulled the trigger. I don't think I will. I haven't heard anything negative about it from anybody. Like everybody's just been like, it's amazing. Like from engineering, playability, everything. I was like, dang, but I don't have the gumption for it. But yeah, you have no regrets. No regrets.
And I mean, Rob can talk about it even more because he had the OG one, back in the day.
Oh, there you go.
So
yeah, I mean, that's something Matt's British, and we talked about that. My dad was in the military, as you know, I was as well. We talked about it previously, but I grew up in Germany as a little boy, and so I had a Red Skull as a little boy, and a Robo Skull, not a Red Skull, sorry, but so yeah, it was very nostalgic because like when I came back to the States, like I lost a lot of my toys in the move. Like I lost my X-wing, and there's just it was devastating. I couldn't replace that when I got to the States. My parents couldn't replace that. So that was a big deal. But I also actually was there at the factory, helping QC those things on that first batch that went out.
What? Wow. How?
Because they use the same factory as we did when I went to go visit Hong Kong and the mainland to go visit the factory. That's literally what they were boxing up. And so actually, I think I have. They signed one of my Skeletrons they gave me to at Joefest. Like they call me the Milkman. So there's a whole story behind that where I asked the factory because the factory workers were working really late to try to get this out and before a Chinese holiday and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, these guys are killing it. Like, what can we do for them? And I remember talking to Ben on the phone, or I wasn't talking, we're chatting, but through text. And he's like, well, let's do something for them. And I was like, all right, well, what do they want? And then the guy that owns the factory, he's like, they want milk. And I was like, what?
Wait, what?
They need some milk.
Yeah. And so to call it milk is a gross overstatement. Think of it like a milk substance in the same vein that some people might use Gatorade or like electrolytes or whatever. It has all this other stuff in it. It's actually
yeah. They have that in Korea too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's what they were asking for. That's what they wanted. So we bought them that for like 3 days, and that they were very, very grateful for it. But just kind of interesting things like that. So, but yeah, it's a great vehicle. I have it, love it. It's amazing. It is damn near perfection. So,
yeah. And the 6-inch scale figures that they're coming out with too are
yes.
I can't wait for those.
All right, so we walked away with Robo Skull. Renato, what was your favorite thing, or what was your big thing from Joefest you saw there? What you saw, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to tag on the Robo Skull thing, but because this is my first time. Although I guess it was at ZoloCon and I was there, but I didn't really take a good look at the Robo Skull. But this was the first time that I walked up to the booth. If it weren't for the fact that I was flying, because there was no way that I was going to be able to put that in my luggage, I really would have gotten that because it looked really amazing. But I did end up picking up the 4-inch and the O-ring.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think this is the O-ring and this is 4-inch. And I mean, I'm not a collector of this scale right here, but they looked really cool. And like I'm not really familiar with this. I guess it was something in England. It was a cartoon or something like that. But for me, like it just looked really cool. So I picked those up. Of course, my son has commandeered them. So technically, these are on loan right now because he's the one who, see, he keeps them in the little baggie.
At least he plays good with them. That's a good thing.
Yes, he does. He does. He's really gentle with them, and he sees me, and he's like, we can share daddy, but it ends up just being his. But yeah, no, I mean, I really enjoyed the booth. Like Stel said, the 6-inch figures, I'm gonna be all over them because that Skeletron figure, the skull, cyber skull thing, looked really nice. And between that one and the acid rain display, the new 112, dude, that looked sick. So I'm not really a military line type of collector. Like back when I was young, I had some of the GI Joes, the small ones, I guess what they refer to as O-rings, and I remember playing with them and all that, but I never watched the cartoon and whatnot. But like science, sci-fi style things like always get me. So that acid rain looked really nice up close and personal. Yeah, they looked good.
And they'll be $1 billion.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. Surprisingly.
Yeah. Rob, I think Rob mentioned that there was like $30.
Yeah,
No.
they said that the paint amps aren't going to be as crazy, but they said they wanted to stay in that 30 to 30. That's what the guy in the booth was saying. Is that they wanted to stay in that $35 range. So that wasn't the only person they said that to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I
right?
mean, please. Like if that happens,
4-inch
okay.
figures are 50. Their 4-inch figures are $50 and up, and their 6-inch are gonna be less. Like, there's no. Oh man, I looked at those and was like, I'm not even gonna bother. It's like, Nick, are you there? It's like looking at another hot woman and be like, nope, not even gonna look at this. I'm just gonna keep walking away. Right? I don't need to have this in my life. There's any like, so like, no way, $30, man. Nick, you're not there, right? All right, yeah, we're good. So, okay.
We'll blame Ren. Don't worry. Ren said it wasn't bad.
He instigated it.
No. Yeah, they looked awesome. I agree with Ren on that too. The acid rains were also a big highlight. There was actually a lot. I think that's the thing that was sort of overwhelming. I actually saw some guy in a group complaining that they weren't going to go back to Joefest because there was too many booths of people displaying what they were bringing, and I couldn't comprehend what that was about personally. Because let's see, you had Delta 17, those guys, they were there. Yep. Brutal Realms was upstairs promoting their line.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Fresh Monkey Fiction was right next to us.
Oh my God.
Promoting their brands, and I think the is it Gridiron Studios?
Gridiron Studios.
That phalanx thing looked gorgeous in person. Yeah. Oh, that's the exclusive for.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Racer exclusive that they had. I love this line, Monster Force. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's very enjoyable. Grindhouse Toys, which they have a Kickstarter that's just about to finish up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Those are. I'm not a big 4-inch guy, but I went and backed that Kickstarter because I love the creativity, nostalgia.
Those guys are awesome. They've like always been right next to us or very close to us every time we've had a show. So they're great guys. Great guys.
Marauder Johns had his Vietnam figures out there. Those were really sweet to look at.
The Collegiate Legends guys.
Collegiate Legends.
Yes.
That was different. Collegiate Legends was definitely an outlier at that show, weren't they?
Yeah.
Were you there when the big boys were there?
Was I there when Big Boys were there? Oh,
Yeah,
I go to bed at like 8:30, man. I don't know. Like I take my little melatonin. Me and the boys were out. Like no, when what are you talking about?
We had 2 football players from South Carolina and 2 football players from Clemson at the Collegiate Legends booth on Saturday.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't see that. Talk more about that. This is your other line you've got going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess we don't talk about that a lot. Collegiate Legends, it's focused on college sports. We currently have 15 teams for the 2025 season. So we started it last fall, so it's not even a year old yet. It's been a lot of fun. So we've signed a couple of NIL deals for this year for Klubnik with Clemson, Sellers with South Carolina, Ryan Williams with Alabama, and then we have 12 other teams that we're putting out what we refer to as walk-ons. They're sort of nameless football players where they just have the university's name on the back, but they're in the university colors, logo. These are all licensed products that we're putting out. And so in 26, we'll be bringing out mascots as well and expanding to more teams.
What made you go this direction? Such a far pitch from fantasy, you know? Like what made you, is it your other passion, football?
I love college football. Like I I'm not crazy and wishing anyone death on the field, right? Like it's all sportsmanship, but big college football fan. I just didn't understand why there weren't any college themed toys. Like when you go into the bookstores and you look for college themed stores, they take like a Hot Wheels car and they paint the school colors and logo on it. And that's the version of the toy for collegiate sports. And so there's plenty of stuffed animals that's relatively available, but in terms of like male toys or male dominated toys, there weren't any. And I just thought it was an untapped market. I'm not a big Funko fan. I think having 1 or 2 is perfectly okay, but I don't understand the collecting from that standpoint, which is, the pot calling the kettle black when you think about it. So I'm definitely aware of the hypocrisy there, but it was interesting. And so we had a great deal of success within the very short period that we had them out last year, just the one team. And so far demand has been pretty awesome. And so 2 of the teams I thought was near and dear as we did Navy and Army. And so that was on my list of teams that I definitely wanted to get out there.
So I don't know of a line other than McFarlane, right? So he did a line for a while, and I don't remember how long those were on the shelves, that actually did like football and baseball. Yeah. Huh.
But they were the static ones. They weren't quite.
Or they like just had like a little bit of pivoting, right?
Yeah, like one.
Yeah. Basically statues. Yeah.
I mean,
and it's
the paint deckos on that stuff was great. I mean, that McFarlane stuff was like, oh my god. But
they were. Yeah. They stopped for, I want to say around 2015 or 2017, but they started back like 2 years ago with that. But they only do professional sports. They don't do anything collegiate. They stick strictly to the pros, and very targeted releases. So,
right. So, so college football, fantasy. So you got 2 lines going out now, right? And you go to all these shows. So you're basically just never going to sleep again. Essentially, that's what. If I'm doing the math here, right? You're in all these things, right?
I have a business partner for Collegiate Legends.
And, okay, there you go.
Yeah, Holly. She should have her on the show. She's very energetic and extroverted. So she's a hoot. But I think that I couldn't do it without her. Couldn't do it without the rest of the team. Just to be honest, as they'll tell you, I'm not a micromanager. So I prefer when people can do it on their own, don't need minimal input. So I think that's why we're able to do so much and with such a relatively small team. So, but I do work 7 days a week.
Truly, he does. That's not a. He left us.
No.
So it's now the Stel show, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
you are a host. I'm just saying.
Welcome, all you savages. No.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Dom, thanks for being on with us.
Yeah, no, it's great being here. I don't bring anything to this show anyway, so it's fine. My God. So in the background, this entire 39 minutes and 53 seconds, I have been operating off my cell phone with I don't know how people do this normally from streams, but it's all like this. And like anytime I set something would pop up. I'm like, no, not Instagram, not right now. And I'm like, just focus and talking to people. But I'm literally like sweating here, like just focus. Don't
I could hardly tell, to be honest. I didn't even know you were on your phone.
Yeah, so
a pro.
On this. But I don't have my headsets on, so I'm listening to my crappy speakers. So you all have like this weird robot tint to you because this laptop's terrible. So it's wonderful. Like you basically have voice changers on right now. But hey, look everybody, it's the chat. I can see you all. Look at all these beautiful people out here too. So
acknowledge them.
Brick something. You guys know Brick something, right? This guy's
yeah,
he's great, super fun. Famine. I just want to give.
I think he was at Joefest. No.
I don't think he's going to Joefest. So Adam's
wasn't. Yeah.
I always pair Adam and Brick as like this duo in my mind.
That's
right?
what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Adam was at Joefest.
Yeah.
Adam was. That's who. Yeah, my mistake.
Yeah, they look exactly alike. I totally understand where you're coming from. So, scan ROM shells. Oh, background clues. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, let's do this.
Yeah.
So
Matt's here with us too. You guys, nobody said anything to Matt this whole time.
Yeah, no one said hello to Matt at all.
Jeez.
look at that. All right, so what do you have? We have Man at
Arms
Arms
on there.
Yeah. What else do we have back here? I can't tell. Are those Robocross little tiny pods? Is that pods? Is that what those are?
Oh yeah, those are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Into Robocross.
Wait, so are those from the Exo Squad reboot or are those originals?
Oh no, dude. These are this was a Kickstarter last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Completely side tangent to anything we're talking about.
Look at all those white Savage Crucible boxes down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm totally not prepared to talk about these, but this is it's got so many like different light up. I don't have any of the batteries in because I don't put batteries in, but it has so many different light up features. Let's see if I can, like the hatch in the back opens up. But what the engineering on these legs is legendary. So I want just to try to illustrate this.
Yeah.
Like that's like real metal in there. And like you can like lock them in to get different poses.
That's awesome.
And like even the heels, like individual. I mean, it's just when you go back and watch the cartoon and stuff, all the different poses that you can get with this thing is just amazing. It's Kit's Concepts was the guy that did it. He actually has a factory in China. He's a friend of ours. He was helping us with some stuff, and
did you QC those too? Did you go over to that one? Are you the milkman? And
I did not QC these, but no, he definitely just has some amazing attention to detail. He's another one of those guys that wants to just like make everything amazing, like cost be damned. So yeah,
that's really cool. I completely slept on this. Oh, there we go. Good quality.
No.
I've got two more in the background, so you're fine. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
The unicorn.
Yeah, but that's where the batteries go in for like one of the things. But
that was the same one that did that Rathalos, right, Rob? The dragon from
the huge dragon that I have up there. Yes, the same factory that does that. Yeah, he actually has a toy store in this famous building in Hong Kong for toys. It's like I don't know how many stories of just toy stores, and it's right across from I think it's Sideshow where they got their start, and they're still there. So like it's crazy. Like if you ever get to go to Hong Kong, go toy shopping and like do your homework, but it is amazing to go toy shopping. And what's funny is like they have this perception that is
Nick, let's go to China. No reason. Let's just go to China. Take the boys. No reason.
But it is, they think like toy shopping in America is more fun. And I probably literally went to like 90 different stores in Hong Kong that were selling nothing but toys.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine?
No. We outsourced our toy shopping too, apparently. Like that's wonderful, man. God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing's like those good old days going to like Toys R Us or Toy Biz or
KB
Toys. Yeah,
KB Toy. Yeah. Oh yeah, KB Toy.
I have 2 reoccurring dreams in my life. One of them is a nightmare where I drive off a bridge, but the other one is I'm like in an aisle and I stop and I go, what is this figure? And it's like some new thing. It's like a new G.I. Joe or it's a new fantasy figure, whatever. It's new, right? It's kind of like blurred. And I'm like, huh, and it's $2. And then I look at the line, I'm like, wait, there's pegs of these. Wait, this is like 5 weight in here. I'm like dumping them into my basket. And of course, my wife comes around like, no, this is only like $20. Like, this is amazing. And then I wake up, but it's the most reoccurring dream I have in my life. And is definitely hinged on that childhood walking in a store and be like, oh my God. Like, yeah, that is in my DNA.
Having it available there, like, physical.
Oh my God. What the hell were we talking about before I got off this phone? I wanted to hear. I don't even remember. We were talking about Joefest. That's what it was. Remember in Hong Kong?
Yeah, Joefest.
Yeah, let's skip Joefest next year and just go to Hong Kong. You're still.
I got to go back, so just let me know.
Yeah.
Hey, they didn't throw me in a prison, so you might be okay, Dom.
Yeah, so that was the other thing. I was like, I have to get a big fake mustache. That'll fool them.
Oh, trust me. When I crossed the border to the mainland, I was just like, please, Jesus.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like I am literally here just to go to a toy factory. Like, just let it be, please.
Yeah. Immediately attach a handler to you for the rest of the trip. Yeah, so back to Joefest. Renato, what you said also same thing, Robo Skull, right? Did you have any other
the Acid Rain thing?
Okay,
the Acid Rain line. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think those are the two booths that impressed me. I mean, it was big. There's 2 floors, a lot of booths and all that, but those are the 2 that captured my attention just because I'm not Joefest would not be to be honest, all these cons that I've been with the team have been my first. Because I really have never gone to a toy convention outside of the team.
Oh, that's so fun.
I'm really like new to like the whole experience. I mean, I'm a turtle guy. That's how I started, and now look at me.
Look at us, hardcore turtle guy. I mean, like,
I got the shampoo,
underwear.
The perfume. My wife loves it.
Sewer musk. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So I know, Rob, did you have any big did you find a grail or anything you had 2 booths going on at the same time. Did you have time to go anywhere else?
I walked around. Don't get me wrong. The Skeletron figure that Dave sculpted did the heavy lifting on for Skeletron was amazing. That figure looks beautiful. Talked about the Vietnam figures from Marauders. If you're into 4-inch, that's really cool stuff. We talked about Grindhouse and their Kickstarter, so we plugged that. Those are amazing figures. The Werewolf Hell stuff. We talked about Fresh Monkey Fiction and the Monster Force and all the different lines that they have. Super 7 was there. Brian Flynn is always a really nice person to talk to. Very helpful. Can't say enough nice things about him. Brutal Realm was upstairs. There were a couple other military-centric 4-inch figure lines that I don't know. AWOC was there. AWOC. Yeah.
Beast of the Mesozoic too. They had this.
Thank you. See, and they had
Eagle Force. You like some Eagle Force stuff, Rob? That you were talking about. Some one of the figures or some figures you saw that you like.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Beast of Mesozoic guys they're always fun to be around. We've been with them a couple of times. So Dave Silva and the crew, those are great guys. Love their paint jobs on their figures. Those are amazing. They had that woolly mammoth there.
You guys have Lemurians with the Beast of Mesozoic matched up too. That's always a cool combo.
Yeah. And we actually trade figures. Like we trade out inventory to each other. That's how
awesome.
You don't buy each other's toys, you just trade out toys. It's great. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but the most impactful.
You are not obligated to credit everyone for just being a joke. That is not on your responsibility. I asked you what was something you enjoyed, not like I've got to make sure you got a checklist you're going down. I'm like, gotta say, and Bill, I've got to say that to Bill. Like, what was something you were just like, yes, this is why I came here. This is my thing that I'm happy with. Like,
I think the moments, like the real moments where I'm like surprised or like get to me, or when Dom and Jai Jack showed up, and they had he had made all of these dioramas for our table that I didn't know about, and they like completely surprised them with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they got me twice actually. Because I didn't know they were. He was bringing those. Had no idea, and like he killed it. Like he just did this amazing job. Like he went through like one that if you see the pictures of Death Dealer, like he actually took the runes and wrote like Savage Crucible in the rune code on the diorama. Like it was when I shows Frankie's here. Yeah, like that was great. Like those are like little moments where the guys really get me, where I'm like, that's amazing. I wasn't expecting it. Jason did kill it. The other way they got me was I remember like we're trying to pack up and get everything going, and I totally forgot to like offer to Jason to buy the dioramas and all that. And so I get here and I'm unpacking, and then that's when I realized that they sent all the dioramas back with me.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was just like, "What? Are you kidding me? Like, come on!" And like those are the moments that are really awesome, personally. And then, like, when your son came up and we gave him the figure, like his genuine expression, like I remember when he was like, yeah, those are the moments I really truly enjoy, personally, because a lot of the stuff I actually sometimes see before everybody else sees, just this the creators or whatever, so it's not usually a shock to the system the way it is to fans when they first see it. So
just so you're aware, so that was extremely generous, by the way. And he came over and was like, Dad, check this out. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy some stuff. It's just like, hold on. He's like, no, they gave it to me. I was like, who gave it to you? It was like, it was Rob, didn't he? So, and he was like, yeah, I just gave it to you. I'm like, what should I do? I was like, all right, well, go thank him, right? So like he was like reaching for his pocket to like try and pay. I was like, man, so like and he loved it too, right? He went home or went to the hotel room, he ripped it open, right? So yeah, that was awesome of you, by the way. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that made his day.
What do you get? What sword do you get?
Destro's Toys son, he's always at conventions.
Yep.
And he's always great to interact with, and those are truly the moments I really enjoy, is interacting. Yeah. Sean's daughters interacting with the football players, highlight. That was amazing, because there was definitely this one player that they were crushing on really hard, and it was so awkward. It was hysterical. Yeah, so that was the little, like, the show behind the show that you're watching. That's
that's great. My show behind the show was going to bed. Like I don't know how you guys operate, but like I'm very introverted, so that much connectivity, and then having the boys, like carting them around all day long, that's like the extra, like it's fantastic having them there. Like it's actually become our like new father-son tradition. Like every summer we're like gearing up to go to Joefest, right? But we also visited my family the week before, so by the time we got to Joefest, we'd already been like 5 days of engaging with people, and then a full thing of Joefest, like literally 8 o'clock every night. I was like, guys, we're gonna watch Spider-Man and Pat. And like that was it. I couldn't make it anymore, man. I was like, I just gonna sit here in quiet, and we're just gonna watch like Avengers, or I had him watch Hot Shots 2, that terrible parody movie. Because I was like, guys, I think you're gonna enjoy this, and like nailed the humor, right? Like butt jokes, balls jokes, like they were like dying. So I was like, but yeah, that was one of my big memories. Like I watched Hot Shots 2 at Joefest. So yeah.
That's awesome. No, we just go to dinner and then we go to bed. Like,
yeah, all together. One big king, and just all like, good night, Bob. Good night, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Well, Matt sleeps in the nude, so there's issues with that.
He gets the couch.
Yeah, that's not the worst part. So when his frequent bathroom trips in the middle of the night, that's the part that really are the issue. But no, in all honesty, like we just go to dinner, we laugh our heads off, have a great time, but then we go to bed. Like it's a long day. Sorry, I don't know anything about the release date.
I don't know.
I don't think they said anything yet.
All right, so we're 54 minutes here. I feel pressure. Should we show off some of the finds? You guys have already kind of been holding up some of the finds you got the, I don't know the Monster Force smoke. I just call it the smoke version, right? And you showed some of the do you guys have other things you want to be able to show off here? Your pickups, man. You got some cool.
So I got him. Yeah, and actually got the other version they had done. It was like a purple, like infrared or like.
Yes, the purple one's really cool.
Yeah. And then I actually picked up just for the fun of it. I got Agent Venom.
Got that. Was he loose or was he packaged?
No, he was packaged.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the guy gave him up for $20 too. So I was like, okay.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I almost snagged Agent Venom. I was like, I don't need another Venom, do I?
I know it's one of those though. The sculpt is really nice on it. The armor's done really nice on him. The head that they give, the bear head, is a little too big, as you know, compared to the rest of the body. But you know, when you put the mask on him, he looks great.
And for viewers that don't know, Dom is a dumpster diver. He definitely goes through the bins. That man.
I'm a shameless hobo. Yes, just digging around.
You will see his ass more than you see his face because every time you walk by a booth,
he's like an ostrich at toy conventions.
That's the only video I did. So I did wrap up videos last year from Joefest. I was like, this is a lot of work, and like, I'm not enjoying this. They didn't do too well. That's the only one I did though. I was like, no, I want to show you all these vehicle shells I got. It's the only one I put out this year. And the boys and I had a ton of fun. Like that was like literally we're like dumping on our floor and like scooting through this stuff. Like Finn literally tried to do a Scrooge with Doc. I was like, stop, that's 80s plastic. But yeah, that's really fun to come back. Actually, this is one of the things I already kit bashed together here. So it's from the G.I. Joe Paralyzer, and I spray painted it because this was neon orange, and then I put a World War II gun on the top of it. So it's a little tank killer vehicle. So I'm like, yeah, I started putting stuff together. So
love it.
Yeah, it's fun, man. All right,
I picked up Blowtorch. That's who I got.
Oh, nice. He's on pre-order right now, isn't he?
They started shipping, but it was a little disappointing. But yeah.
What are some gripes, Rob?
No. I meant it's disappointing that it's not in everyone's hands.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry, misunderstood.
The only complaint I can throw at it is that this is so heavy. That it kind of pulls his arm down a little. Well, it's not that this is so heavy, but it's just heavier, and so it doesn't really stay in the end of the.
Oh yeah.
You
gotta do like the Street Fighter where they have like the stand to hold up the effect. Yeah.
But great figure, love it. Yeah. I mean, Barbecue's still my favorite aesthetically from nostalgia, but Blowtorch is pretty awesome.
I am mostly out of the G.I. Joe classified line, but hold on. I also pre-ordered. Oh man, what's going on? Hold on. There we go. Is that better? Can you hear my other mic picking up?
Slightly.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna bail. We're just gonna bail on that. So I got a couple things there. I got 2 Animal the Warrior Kingdom figures because my boys love these guys. So they each picked out one, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's pretty cool." I love the Aztec type style weapons they went for this too. That's really cool.
Yeah, the obsidian on there. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we went with 2.
They debuted some new stuff too, which was pretty nice.
The humans. That's right. Yep. That's right.
And some Japanese.
The Bushido.
But I hang out with people enough, so I'd rather collect some cats. You know what I mean? So. I also swung by.
And you already got your barbarians too, so there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I did swing by you guys' booth and I grabbed 2 guards for my packs because like, man, because Chris was like, no, he's an original character. I'm like, yeah, dude, but you leave the helmeted head on, there's guards. He's like, oh, and I was joking because I was like, we should get 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, right? But then we went back to the hotel room. I was like, maybe I do want 4. That would be pretty like strong debating, like 4 red guards, man, that'd be cool. Every year T looks forward to going to one booth there above all else, and it's like he has his own money, and then I give them a budget for Joefest too, so he combined his money and he almost went really big, but he was like, I think I want to hold off, Dad. We went to the Creative Beast Studios. Yeah, and he walked away with the Difflosaurus, and like these things are just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 individual neck joints on this bad boy, and like the paint schemes and everything are just gorgeous. Like, yeah, so 1, 2, 3 pieces for the tail, and it's wired, like just nuts, man.
I love the fact that they have the different scales too. So like, you know, according to what you want to, have on your shelf, you have that option too of displaying, whatever scale you want, which is great.
I almost got that Sabretooth. Yeah,
it's
I
really
almost got
nice.
that one. What's funny on the scale though, he wanted to go big, but when he looked at the T-Rexes, he was like, they're not like, this is fine for this scale, right? This works, right? But when we looked at there's the, there you go. Hold on.
The Smilodon.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool. It'll go well with some barbarians.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a great piece.
But when he started looking at the bigger ones, like the T-Rex or the Allosaurus, he's like, they weren't big enough to go with 6-inch. So he really wanted them, and he had the money for them, but he's like, yeah, we're going to use them for, so we don't use them with 4-inch. I was like, oh, that's a good point, son. Right. So he's actually going to look towards like the Jurassic Park lines because those scale up better and they're a little for him too. So.
They that's really
I have
great.
The Indominus Rex right here behind me.
Yeah, we've got the one hiding over there. Yeah. And then while Rob disappeared off camera, Outer Multiverse Brian was really generous, and he gave T this guy from the Hammond collection. Oh, there you go.
There you. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
the Hammond collection is killing it. I really love the Hammond collection.
But Creative Beefs, they got me for 3 SKUs while I was there, but that wasn't the best betrayal from Creative Beasts for that show. They also cost me my own Ice Dragon because Izzy saw it, and Izzy had to have an Ice Dragon. Yep. And I was like, I have that at home, and she's like, I haven't seen it. I was like, because I haven't taken it out yet. So, guess who doesn't have an Ice Dragon now?
Oh no!
Join the club with the rest of us, Rob.
Did you see the dragon they had in there? It was long and green with the butterfly.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
God. Loved it.
I thought the Ice Dragon was really cool. I saw that. I was like, we're not passing on that. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely coming home. Like, oh my God, that was so cool.
No, that thing was phenomenal looking.
But that's what's so cool about you guys' lines, like Four Horsemen, Sparrow Toys, these guys, like the imagination. Like, there's no template, like it has to be Destro. No, it's got to be a silver. And if you deviate at all from classic Destro, the fans will hate you. But for these lines, like, you can be imaginative up until a point when you start, then of course you get popular enough, then fans will be like, oh, I missed the 2015, like, get out of here. But anyways, but you have this like unlimited potential, but I'm going to make this cool green dragon with butterfly wings. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever, right? Like, I love it. I love the freedom that you all get to be able to create, just do things, and it's so cool. We get to have homage type characters, but they're awesome pseudo gladiator barbarian lizard guys. Like, this is awesome, right? Like, so. Sorry.
Now we need a figure with the turtle shell. That's all.
Yeah,
and I'll be happy.
You could do like a.
Man, I'm surprised you haven't like customize that shield, man. Like that.
Oh,
one,
it's coming. It's coming.
And then Brian Outer Motorverse gave T this, right? So this is the Hammond collection. We had like the cheaper version, and they gave T this. I was like, oh my God, dude, that's so generous. Like, and of course, dinosaurs, Tristan, like huge for dinosaurs and lizards, and like each of the claws move individually. Like, this is nuts.
Oh, that's nice.
And then we actually loved this gift too that he gave us, was this Power Rangers fish dude.
Oh,
He's all sorts of fun. Like, he is all sorts of fun. He moves really well. His colors are cool. And T was like, oh, he could be like a mutant piranhoid. I'm like, there you go. There you go. Like
it. Yeah.
Super fun. And then I think I got 1 or 2 G.I. Joe vehicles, like 1 or 2, maybe over there. Yeah, just 1 or 2. Yeah, just 1 or 2.
That's it.
I almost brought it on for the stream, but my cameras are working. The guys who were set up in the hallway, Crimson Toys, they had all the 3D print bunkers and all that. Yeah. I bought 2 bases from them. Like, I couldn't. Oh. I bought one, and it was like, oh, it's modular. I went back to the hotel room. I was like, this thing is so cool. It is so cool. And then we passed by the booth. Again, like, man, this matches the one we got. We can kind of put it all together. And so I talked to him. I was like, hey, can you knock off like whatever? And he was like, dude, not only that, I'll give you like a Gatling gun to it and this. I was like, so I walked out with like 2 boxes of bases. They were amazing. So yeah, that thing's really cool. I had to create a whole new shelf for it, but. Yeah,
of course.
yeah, of course, right? Of course. So, awesome. Well, I think that's all we really have to show off. Did anybody miss anything? Anybody still got something in their pocket they want to tell?
I mean, I picked up something today that was fun.
What do you got? Let me see.
that I'm looking forward to putting together this weekend.
Oh, shocking! It's still in box from Rob. Shocking. Oh wow!
That's cool.
Yep.
How well
So
is that? Yeah.
He's gonna build that. He's gonna have that at the booth. If we're not acting right, he's gonna be shooting.
I know, right? That's actually my greatest scare is you guys turning this on potential customers.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Watch, he's gonna miss some little kids like.
Poke your eye out.
Yeah, I haven't put this together yet, so obviously I don't know how it works. But I was like, I was in Hobby Lobby, and I was like, I really want to try that. That seems like it'd be fun.
Don't use Matt as target practice.
Yeah,
right.
Well, that's a fun pick. Anybody else got any random other cool pickups? Paul? A ballista, maybe?
Nothing. Yeah, I wish I had a trebuchet to one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they have one. They do.
Yeah,
they do have a trebuchet.
Does it scale well with 6-inch?
I haven't put it together yet.
Okay.
The trebuchet would not scale well. I can tell you that.
No. Yeah. Okay.
The ballista might, because a real ballista is massive, right?
Yeah.
But you see those like sort of fantasy ballistas where it's like a man by one person kind of concept. So I think it'll work for that, but the trebuchet will definitely not work for the 6-inch scale.
Do you guys want to talk about some news? What's been going on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
As always,
I love it.
am I the only one who brought hats? Come on, you know better. You know better. We wear hats in the news. All right. As always, it's not really news. It's crap we saw. Oh, it's Savage Crucible. Let's go. Yes, hats. Everybody knows hats. This isn't really news. This is crap that Dom and Joe normally saw, then we want to buy. And in this case, this is something my youngest son has gotten me hooked on, and this is starting us down a rabbit hole. But
wait, are we rating this like hot or not? Is this what we're doing?
Oh yeah, you want to do that? Sure. Yeah. So let's smash, kill, marry. Is that what we're gonna do here? Okay, Mega Man.
Yeah,
obviously smash. Obviously smash. Look at those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pickup. So this is Jada Toys. This is Wave.
I was gonna say this looks like Jada. Yeah.
Oh my God. So we got.
Did you see the convention exclusive?
Is that the one with the little the
little mines, little things?
Yeah,
they're fully articulated. They got 6-pack. Yep.
Ooh.
So Finn saw that. He was like, that. I'm like, I don't know where that is, man. I went to Entertainment Earth, went Big Bad Toys. I didn't know it was a con exclusive. Well,
there's SDCC, but it'll be available online too.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I collect the Mega Man line. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's an up. So Rob, are you hot or not? Smash, kill? What are you going with this?
I've just they're great looking stuff. Never played the video games. Never got into Mega Man. But yeah.
Same thing with you, Stel. You have no idea.
Yeah, I was never, I never played Mega Man. I know the character, but not a lot about him, so.
That's fair. This is one of those lines I saw it come out. I was like, oh, that's cool, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And then
I'm just saying, was like, if I want someone with a gun as a hand, I'm picking Remus from Metroid. So.
100%.
There you go. Yeah. But Finn saw these like, oh my God, Dad, I want those. I'm like, yeah, okay, man. And then I got a Street Fighter figure. I was like, oh wow, these are great toys. And then he got a Mega Man. I was like, oh my God, this is a great toy. Mm-hmm. And like, now we're spiraling. Like both of us. I'm like
Tony the Tiger and Chester Cheetah. Yep. Those are great.
I can't help bring myself to take them out of the package because I really like how they did the whole packaging. Like they did it like nutritional facts and it's really well thought out. So
yeah.
That's hilarious, man.
You might get me with the Cocoa Pebbles and the Rudy Pebbles.
Man, that was not what I was expecting to pop up there.
Frankie's rebelling now.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, so
there it is.
Yeah, here we go. Like, yeah, I like this chunky boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's great.
And there's those stands you were talking about, Dom, about with the
yep.
With
the yeah. And Finn got a bomb guy, and his bomb hovers on there too. It's pretty good. And then I just thought I'd throw this guy in here for fun. This is from up the top there, like Death by Toys, right? So I get a kick every time I see these. Throwing out my back because I coughed. Yeah, I can relate.
Did you see the guy that had the T-shirt and it said Vet Bod on it? And it was like, and on the it's like Army Green, Vet Bod on the front, And then the back's like, about like how he gave his body and it's all broken and destroyed or whatever. And I was just like, and, Chris was in the Marines and we saw him walk. Like we just saw him walk and we both just looked at each other like, and Chris is like, I already got it on my phone, dude. He's like, what size do you want?
I haven't seen. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna look that up. And here's the last dude from the line here, Bubble Man, another little tubby boy, and these go for $30. I mean,
they're so good.
Yeah, they're really
doing a great job on price point.
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah. So like they really are.
And the 30 is relatively new because I think they were going for 25, if I'm not mistaken.
They were.
The original Mega Man was 25. Yeah.
Yeah, they went up a little bit. But like again, like I don't have a huge attachment to it, but once I got one in hand, I was like, damn, these are good toys. Like they're just really, you know what I mean? And you're just like,
yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. And then we went on to Big Bad, so they have a whole list of these dudes come out there. So I just kind of cherry picked here. This is their 4-inch line they've got coming up here. Here's another picture of them, maybe a little bigger shot. Yeah, there you go. And these are coming out again. Next year, right? You guys are any of you guys 4-inch collectors?
Not anymore.
This is the only 4-inch I have right now.
I got into some of the Joy Toy mech shoots for like a little bit, and a little bit of the hacks, the VIT hacks, but not, It's too small of a scale for me. I really like the bigger scale.
It would have been. There's an alternate timeline where Dom passed on Maddie and passed on the original Mythic Legions Kickstarter, right? And went to retrieving hacks first. And that alternate timeline would have just kept me in the 4-inch camp, except for Marvel Legends. But because of Mythic Legions and Maddie, that like completely opened up my aperture for fantasy. And here we are with Savage Crucible, right? So alt timeline, I would have boss fight studios everywhere in this room. But,
The Joy Toy TMNT is what's like I'm trying to resist really hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bob, you're familiar with that, huh? Yes. So Joe gifted my son Bebop and Rocksteady from that line, and they are fantastic. They are really cool.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, it's bad. And then this isn't Eagle Force, but I thought this is my favorite after hearing all my bullshit. Again, say if you haven't seen this guy on IG, go give him a follow. This stuff's really funny.
I don't know if it's that guy that did the one from RoboCop where it's the two girls like from the back and it says "bitches leave." That's like I would totally buy that if I saw that in the store. Like guaranteed purchase, like hands down.
Yeah, here we go. 118 for life.
You guys got definitely you don't hear them complain about shelf space as much as we do. So I guess that's
but like I have to wear these now to read. So
oh man, I'm right there. Yep. I just hit that this year too. I was like looking at a bottle like this. I'm like, what is happening? Oh, I'm old. That's right.
Yeah. Comes with age.
Yeah. And then this guy. So again, I like cherry pictures. Like, look at this green ooze guy. Like, how cool. And I'm such a sucker for classic retro bubble helms too. Like, so cool. And they had another one from this line that I loved. Oh yeah, this was crazy. All the amount of stuff they come. I think these figures are going for $30 too. When you look at all this stuff, I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Okay.
I mean, that's pretty cool that you can switch out the bow tie for a tie.
I know. That's
pretty sick.
And then got another one in here too. Here we go.
Oh,
there we go.
And then,
like my college years.
Buy that for
my wife and I were just joking about that because like when she would come over when we were dating, she was like, "Oh, you don't have a blanket for me?" I was like, "Here's a beach towel, right?" And I lived in Hawaii too, so I'm like, she's like, "You use beach towels?" I'm like, "Yeah, you wash, you hang them up, they dry, and they're not long enough to cover up. And it's Hawaii, you don't need anything." She's like, "This is the most bachelor shit I've ever seen." No. All right, and then Valaverse released something recently too. O-rings.
O-rings.
Yeah. That's interesting. And here's actually some of the shots from the show. Yep. This is from dang it, I meant to credit who it was. Sorry, the G.I. Joe O-ring customizer guy. I'm really sorry I stole your pictures. But anyway, yeah, so here's their display, and here's a good close-up of them too. And someone pointed out, they're like, oh, they look a little misproportioned. I'm like, yeah, but that's just O-rings, man. Like, O-rings in general.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
So I have a weird relationship with O-rings because I'm not really a nostalgia buyer, right? So I understand the appeal, and they are fun. Like, I like my Delta 17 figures. Joe always says like how easy it is to put an O-ring figure into a vehicle, whereas modern guys, you're like, oh my god, like just get in there. So I get it. I like Waffle a lot, but I think really like I think I'm gonna pass in these. I like my Delta 17s, and maybe I'll get into Longbow or Recall, one of the two. I don't remember. I think that's it. Like, I just don't have a huge pull to that, even though I have a ton of O-rings, vintage wise.
The one thing that I liked about it back in the days of G.I. Joe was the fact that was like the original Kid Bash right there. Pop them open and mix and match your own little characters. So I like them in that sense. But yeah, like now it's one of those things that's like, it's cool for the nostalgia aspect of it. Yeah, for those that love it and just want to collect it.
So I think for me on this subject I mean, obviously I collect Classify. I do collect a little bit of Action Force in that scale as well. Love their Praetorians.
Mm-hmm.
I do miss the vehicles not being in Classified. That is the great advantage. But like Mask, like the Loyal Subjects line, like that's perfect because if they made the figures in 6-inch, I wouldn't care. Yeah. It's all about the vehicles for Mask. So I wonder with G.I. Joe and some of that, it's more about the characters than it really is the vehicles.
I don't know, because you'll hear world builders, an argument, I don't believe in this, is that you can't world build in 6-inch because you have the motor pool with G.I. Joe, right? Like, it's all about getting all that big motor pool in there and having the flag, and you can do all this stuff in there too. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't really believe that that's tied to world building. I've heard that argument before too. But you're right. Like, there's a big sell for the motor pool or the vehicles, and the figures, like, who cares that Toll Booth came with the bridge layer? Like, he's completely forgettable, right? But I don't know. It's an interesting point. Like, which is the bigger pull? For me, it's both. Honestly, like, I love the figures, and I also love being able to have a motor pool too, and that's like the big appeal. Without hogging the real estate of that, what was it? It's not the Harpy, the Phalanx, right? Like, that thing was gigantic.
Yeah, oh my god, that thing was big. Beautiful, but big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here you go. Allows vehicles and playsets that are affordable.
It's true.
Affordable, quote unquote, though, right? Because like even nowadays, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh my god, that's expensive, right? Like it's not like what it was. I hate to sound like that guy, like back in my day, but it's not like what it was, where they were more affordable for kids. They're definitely tailored towards millennial adults, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, playsets was always the big deal. Yeah, it was always the big thing. Yeah. So, cool. And I thought I saw the Mask guys on Big Bad. Speaking of, they have that line in Big Bad right now. They've got the truck. Yeah. So, where you land on that?
I'm debating.
Oh,
I really am. I think they're all in for that first wave's like $375. The Rhino, the big 18-wheeler semi, I think that's like ridiculously expensive. Like,
the truck was like $174. I was like,
it was really up there, and I was just like,
yeah, that's pretty steep.
Yeah.
So, but it's a big nostalgia pull, because when's the last time we had Masks, right? Like, unless you go to eBay,
you're going to get it. Is the question. If this doesn't go, then
yeah, exactly. No, and I think, I just had one more of these. That's all in the show. It's me giving up and walking the ocean with my clothes on.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's been the news. I think that's good. That's all we got. Without the giant headphones on, it's so much easier to transition that hat on and off.
I bet, yeah.
You really have these big old but I like the earmuffs because the buds hurt my ears. I like the big cushion pads around me. It's like a weighted blanket. Yeah, see, Renato knows what I'm talking about. Exactly. Yeah. Touch them for comfort.
This is from my Call of Duty days too.
Yeah,
It is that old.
Cool. Well, hey, I think we won toys, guys. I think we won.
We won. We did. Yeah.
No, it's a success. We put a big banner up on a ship and we won. It's good. Hey. Yeah, there you go. Rob's like, oh, the pain.
I'm like, I wonder, like, when you make those kind of statements, like half the audience knows exactly what you're talking about. The other half's like, whatever. Like, they don't.
Dom's insane. Yeah. Guys, is there anything? Is there a show coming up you want to pitch? I know it's kind of like a roll the dice when you're having one, but do you have one coming up soon that maybe you want to plug? An episode?
Nothing planned right now as far as an episode. Next show coming up, I want to say is it in the Chicago or is it Chicago next month, I believe. No, end of the month. No? October. Never mind.
So close.
Oh, it was. That's right. August.
If you go on
August
the website,
was the Myrtle Beach
scrolling
one.
thing, you'll see all our shows because we put up some up there. So
you know what I like on that website is how you have the waves by timeline being released too. That's pretty snap. I like that too. Like quick visual. It's nice when I go and check in there and load up my cart and go, no, this is stupid. I don't need more lizards. I at least see when the next wave is, right? And that like holds me back a little bit because I'm gonna have a lot of fish coming to this house. Like that was the most excited. We love the Lemurians and we like the barbarians, but we wanted those fish, like so unique. Yeah.
Noted, sir. Noted.
Weird sentence coming out. So we're excited over fish. It's a weird sentence. I don't think I've ever said that before in my life. But anyways, hey, thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate. Great having you on, and we'll get you back on soon. All right, and everybody else, thanks so much. Thanks for the patience to begin the stream while I'm figuring out my shit. So
thank you, Dom.